Lindy Ruff has hired Seth Appert to his coaching staff, and the Sabres head coach joins us now here on Sabres Live. Hi, Lindy. How are you? And thank you for taking the time today.
I'm well, and you're welcome. It's a good day for us.
and extend on that thought. Why is it a good day in wake of this, this hiring by you?
Well, I've had a lot of great conversations with Seth, and Seth is very familiar with this core group of young players that he's helped develop, that he's had good success with at the American League, that he's done such a great job. In conversations that I've had with him on how we want to have the team play, the individuals that are on the team that he has such a great relationship with, it really felt with when I talked to Kevin that it was going to be a really a no-brainer with a lot of great candidates out there. But I thought first and foremost, looking at Seth from the inside was going to be the right move.
Lindy, let me ask you a couple of things. What are Seth's responsibilities going to be on the staff, if you've already discussed that? And your staff is complete now. So what's everybody kind of expertise will be when you look at, your staff, your coaching staff and their responsibilities?
Well, first, Seth is going to work hard with the forward group along with myself, the power play responsibilities, which we'll collaborate on, but that'll be one of his major areas. Matty Ellis will be going upstairs. He'll be our eye in the sky. He'll be also in charge of working with centermen. I think the idea of getting a lot better with face-off percentage and having the puck more, becoming a team that can get up in that top 15 when we're taking a face-off, in the different zones is going to be really important for us. So we're going to share a lot of responsibilities, but the major areas, when you look at that, Marty's going to stay with the D with the penalty killing. I think he's done a tremendous job developing the young defenseman. So I'm excited about where we've got every guy at here.
How long have you known Seth?
Not very long.
No?
No, I didn't know a lot about him even when I got here and got the job. But I think when you look around and you look at the success of a lot of guys, he's been in the American League now 4 years. I think he's done a tremendous job. Instantly has a rapport and relationship which is highly respected by the players and what he's done. It's valuable information for me. But I think most importantly, we have to spend a lot of time together. We're going to be together day in, day out once the season starts. And to get comfortable with him, I talked to him on the phone several times. I talked to Kevin about him. Kevin was a resource that, said, you should talk to him. I think he's a guy that you may like. And really, when I got to talk to him and we got to talk hockey, and we actually sat here this morning and spent a couple hours talking about players and how we want to play and roles and responsibilities, and just get more and more comfortable. He's a real easy guy to be around. I think he's a demanding guy from his players. And we talked the same language, which was really important to me.
A few things. This is not a question. It's more of a comment. He's an easygoing guy, smart hockey mind, all of that. He's a goalie. That part you should know, Lindy. He's a goalie, so that's all the good qualification of a goaltender, and you should know that. So the other part is, I remember when Brian McCutcheon, after 3 years in Rochester, joined your staff. That transition. Do you feel like it? I mean, it's years later, but it's a little bit of that same transition where you have somebody that now has had all that experience with some of the younger players and the prospects that are going to come up that will be using this communication tool with the players?
I do, Marty. I think, again, that's one of the most important parts is that relationship that he's built. The players understand a lot of the players have played for him. They understand how he wants each individual to play. And in the conversations that I had with him about this is what we want and what is non-negotiable inside of how we want the team to play, it was an easy fit because everything that he talked about, how his team played, the way we want the team up here to play, seemed seamless. So, whether he was a goalie or not, Marty, I don't know if that played a part.
Definitely played a part. I just want you to know that. And it's funny that you say, the communication was easy because, like back in the days, your communication with the goaltenders, not saying that wasn't your strong suit, but I feel like you're better with the goalies after they're done playing. Like with me, our communication now is way better than it was when we played. So that's good.
I couldn't communicate with you, Marty, because I couldn't get a word in. And you know that. So now I just interrupt you all the time.
Yeah, I'll take the blame. I appreciate that. Thank you for making me feel better about it. So I like that. So,
Lindy, amidst the heartbreaking Game 5 for the Amerks, in the sense that I think the real takeaway was how much they wish they could have won for the sold out crowd, and I think every single player addressed that over the last couple of days. What did you see from the Amerks players through the course of that series that encourages you, moving forward?
Well, I would probably look at Game 4 as the defining moment for me, with a team that was down 3-0 and then fought their way back to end up winning a hockey game to force Game 5. You got to give that group and the coaching staff a lot of credit, because when you look at a game, you're going to start the third period. And getting that quick goal to get them back in the hockey game, and then tying up the game late, just to get there told me a lot about the character of the team. Game 5, I thought, again, tough game, and I think it's always tough to have that that big break in between Game 4, Game 5. I think actually Syracuse was able to flush out what happened to them and reset. Where instantly, I think if you'd have played a night later or 2 nights later, might have been the advantage going back to Rochester. But you're looking at a veteran Syracuse team, and I really think our young players gained a lot of experience. I thought a couple bad things happened early in Game 5. A couple of crazy bounces, a couple shots that went off people that normally don't happen, but that happens. And again, to fight your way back, to get the game to 3-2, and lose probably your best defenseman in the course of that game, the guy that can, help break up and create more offense. They were still hanging right there. And I really felt they would find a way to tie that hockey game.
What are some of the non-negotiable? I don't need a list, but where's the focus? And have you guys had video sessions already as a coaching staff to prepare for next year and really build those non-negotiable?
Well, non-negotiable really is, we're going to talk about competing, Marty. We're going to talk about puck battles, 50-50 puck battles. We know the other team is going to try to win those as much as we are. To get in those battles, to compete, to get into the body, to end plays. Those are the areas that we want to be really strong at, that we make it really miserable for the other team to play, that they know that our compete is going to be at a higher level than their compete. We want to take a lot of pride in that. When we looked at some video this morning that Seth and I were watching and talking about, how this team needs to play to be successful, there's a lot of great stuff. There's a lot of great stuff inside of the game. There was a lot of great stuff in the past couple of years. But I think, admittedly, in talking to all the players and spending time with the coaches here and already watching some video, we all have to find a little higher level of compete, a higher level of playing the game quicker, tracking and back checking harder, willingness to be in shot lanes when the game is on the line. Maybe there's times you're not always there, but it's something that we're going to demand.
Lindy, because you've identified yourself and Seth as the primary catalyst for coaching the power play, and because it was a talking point for most of this past season, that it wasn't quite at the level it was before. Like, did you and Seth immediately kind of landed on any talk about it specifically, as far as the philosophies that you share in that area of the game?
Really talked about, where the NHL power plays are at and the movement inside of NHL power plays, and even more the way most teams are starting to kill now, where they're set up in a diamond, they're set up where they're taking away the flank shots, that you have to get some motion, you have to have your bumper player be almost the most important player on the ice to support wherever the pressure's coming from, to relieve that pressure, to create the down low 2-on-1. So all that inside, when you look around, some of the best power plays, even inside the game this year, they had their ups and downs. I think early in the year, the fact that you lose Thompson to a broken hand, that's a big hit to your power play. And I think sometimes it's hard to recover. But knowing that there are ways that with motion and creating a little bit more deception, I think we can be more effective.
Lindy, quick one for me. I know you got to go. You said when we did the Remembering RJ ceremony that you used to turn the volume up just to listen to RJ when you rewatched the tape. I'm asking you this: will you watch the pregame, the intermission, and the postgame with Duffer and I to see what we're saying? Because I've got to know if I got to be on my best behavior or if I can say whatever I want.
I am gonna listen, Marty, and I hope you guys are on your best behavior, and I really hope that you give me as many thrills. You two guys give me as many thrills as RJ gave me.
Oh, that sounds like off-season conditioning for me. Thanks, Lindy. Appreciate that.
You're welcome, Duffer. You're welcome.